Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, January 25th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. It is Championship Sunday in the NFL, Conference Championship Sunday. Let's get into it. There are two games today. We've talked about it all week leading up to today, and it's finally here. So let's go into the breakdowns of particular matchups, and then eventually we'll get to predictions for the two games today. We'll start with Patriots at Broncos, AFC Championship game. Um, the big story, obviously, we've talked about it. The big story of this game is Jarrett Stidham starting at quarterback in backup of the injured Bo Nix. And we've talked about it. We said the consensus here, at least for me, is he has the ability to play well, and I think he will play well, but I just don't think it's going to be good enough. And I've said that over and over again this week. In order for Denver to win this game, they're going to need to keep it low scoring to give Stidham more chances to score and get points on the board. That's going to be very important. I think Denver is favored in a low scoring matchup, especially with how good their defense is. The question is, will it be that type of game? I think it will be, at least decently low scoring, not like, field goal battle, but, there's not going to be offenses going up and down the field scoring a ton of points, especially considering how good these defenses are. And I think that is probably the focal point of this game is how the defenses perform. If you're able to keep them behind the sticks, get them in third down and long, force punts, and then win the field position battle, then you're going to set your offense up with better field position, which obviously is great. So that's going to be big. The defense, setting up the offense in good position, forcing stops, keeping the opposing defense on the field. I think this is going to be a big defensive battle, and whatever defense plays fundamental football better and executes their game plan better, it's going to be big. And on that note, I think one point that we really don't talk about as much. It's very focused on the star players, the quarterback, and the skill position players, and then the stars on defense as well get a little bit of time. But I think a big part of this game are the coaching staffs of each team, and both coaching staffs have done a phenomenal job this year. If you go to the Broncos, obviously they won their division. They're first in the conference. Sean Payton won a Super Bowl with New Orleans, and now he's here in Denver. And he's done a great job with his offense and his young quarterback. And Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, is nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year. And he's done a fantastic job with this defense. I remember Vance Joseph, even with the first year with the Broncos, he was not good. That defense was not good. You remember they gave up 70 points to the Dolphins in Week 3 of 2021 or 2022. Um, but the head coach, Sean Payton, and the defensive coordinator, Vance Joseph, have done a phenomenal job with this Broncos team. And even though they do have a backup quarterback, the reason I'm still confident in Denver's offense to not suck is because they have Sean Payton, who is one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. He's definitely not top one of the top. Not he's not he's a very good coach. He's one of the best in the league for sure. He's won a Super Bowl. He has that experience. He's a great play caller, and he calls a good game. He manages the game well from a coaching standpoint. And I think he's going to set up his quarterback to be in a position to succeed. The question is, can he go out and execute? I think he will be able to. But the Patriots are also very good, very stacked. So the head coach, Sean Payton, did a great job. Defense coordinator, Vance Joseph, nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year. The Patriots offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, is also nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year. He's done a great job. This is his third stint with New England Patriots. The first two with Brady, and they won Super Bowls together. They were outstanding. Went to Las Vegas, failed miserably, came back, and he has found success again in the Patriots offense with Drake May. He's been a big part of his development, and Mike Vrabel, in his first year with New England Patriots, is nominated for Coach of the Year and is the favorite to win. Obviously, you know how I feel about Shanahan, but He's the coach of the year favorite. He's done a fantastic job with the defense and the team as a whole. They have a very strong bond, a very strong connection between the head coach and the players and everyone in that organization. Vrabel's done a fantastic job. Every single big coach on both of these teams have done a great job. The question is, which team's coaches are going to have a better game plan that allows their team to have the edge and go out and win the football game? I think New England. I think it's going to be New England. That's my prediction. So for the actual just prediction, um, I think the defenses are going to be hugely important in this game. And for a precise prediction, I'll go Patriots win 20-14 is probably going to be the final score. It could be greater than that, but I think it will be the margin of victory for the Patriots could be a little bit bigger, but I still feel like it's going to be low scoring regardless. Both defenses are very good. Both coaching staffs very good. It's going to be a chess match between the two sides. Regardless of who's on the field, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. So let's get into the other game, which I will be live streaming that game. It's at 3:30. The Rams at the Seahawks NFC Championship. This game, wow, this game is going to be great. It's going to be great. Both games previously between these two teams this season have been one-score games. The Rams won the first one 21-19. The Seahawks won the second one. Instant classic, 38-37 in overtime. I think for how the game's going to go, I think it's going to fall right in the middle of those two games. Not super high scoring, but also not turnover fest defensive battle. I think it will. The defenses will be huge in this game. They're going to play a big part in that. But I think it's going to be right in the middle. But before we get to the actual prediction, let's just break it down a little bit. I think similar to the Broncos Patriots, both of these teams have fantastic coaching staffs who've done a great job. Sean McVay, once again, a brilliant offense in every facet of the game, coming out with a 13 personnel nearly every play. Matthew Stafford slinging it, probably the MVP favorite. Puka Nacua, monster year. The Rams offense is clicking, and that defense is also very, very, very good. And the D-line especially is very good. And then for the Seahawks, Mike McDonald in his second year with the team, NFC Championship game appearance, and could go to the Super Bowl, could win it all realistically. And they've done a great job. Kubiak, I can't remember which one. I think it's Clint. There are so many Kubiaks. The whole family is just very gifted at calling plays, just like the Shanahans. But whatever Kubiak is, I believe it's Clint. He's done a great job calling the plays for the offense and putting Sam Darnold in a position to succeed. Another chess match. It's very interesting. McVay and McDonald. McVay and Shanahan come from the same system, similar schemes. McDonald's had a ton of success against Shanahan, especially recently. I wonder if McVay will come out with a new wrinkle to overcome that, or if it's going to be like his fellow colleague Shanahan and be overwhelmed by the defense. Once again, just like the Broncos and the Patriots, I think the defenses are going to be huge in this game, and especially the defensive lines. These are two of the best defensive lines in the league. The Rams, all across the board, have superstars. The Seahawks, also across the board, have superstars, especially in the middle. It's going to be very hard to run the ball against these fronts, and pass protection is going to be huge in this game. And that's really something that we don't talk about as much. Is the trenches, but this game and honestly most of these playoff games have been won in the trenches, and there's really a reason that so far there hasn't been a standout skill position or quarterback performer in the playoffs. Is because these games are being won in the trenches. Whatever team is able to dominate the line of scrimmage is winning the football game, and I think we're going to see that in this one. But who's going to win the line of scrimmage? I really don't know. Both of these defensive lines are super intimidating, super strong, super scary. Running the football, but more importantly, pass protection is going to be incredibly pivotal in this game. And whatever team can dominate the line of scrimmage is going to come out on top. And I think it's going to be the Rams. Okay, I think the Rams with their defensive line strength and with Matthew Stafford's experience. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be close back and forth throughout the whole game. Might see a little bit of turnovers, but more likely just some sacks, to be honest. I mean, it's going to be a lot of scrimmages. I can't state how important that is. It's going to be super important. But as for the actual prediction, I have the Rams winning this one. We'll go 30-27 final score. It seems a little bit high scoring, but I feel like it could go to overtime, and that could be some more points being scored. But a lot of the points I think will come later, and they might have to go back and forth. But actually, 30-27 seems a bit high. Why don't we bring it down? Let's bring it down. So score prediction 27-24. That seems realistic. That seems a middle ground of the first game of the season series and the second one. That was the super fun one. 27-24. LA wins the game. That's my prediction for this one. We're going to be live streaming that one, so it's going to be a ton of fun. Pull up if you can. Um, Today is just dominated by football. The Warriors do play today at 2:30 against the Timberwolves. Um, Probably not going to be paying as much attention to that one because we have Championship Sunday going on. It's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you guys for watching today. I'll see you with the live stream, and if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow.